Her new album is like a low country meditation, soulful, spiritual, and as calming as a sunset. On this week's Spotlight Music Series, let's welcome Grace McNally, guitarist and composer, and so much more. Good to have you with us.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Did I describe your music aptly?
That was so lovely. I love that. Oh, thank you.
It's true. And let's talk about your new album. This came out in 2023, but it's still new to us.
Yeah.
I just love the flavors and the sounds that you brought together on this album. Tell us a little bit more about Full Circle.
Thank you. Yeah, Full Circle is so many things. It took me about 7 years to really create it and bring it forth into the world. And it's musically an exploration of the musical continuities between West Africa, Brazil, and Charleston, South Carolina, in the Low Country. And then it's personally a journey about literally coming full circle. And my parents fell in love and got married in Senegal, Africa.
Oh, wow.
And then we went there as a family to visit in 2011. And then I came to college at Charleston, and
that's where you studied music.
Where I studied music, and then left after graduating and traveled through Central and South America, spent time in Brazil, and then actually moved back to Charleston.
Oh, so you were really immersed in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was.
okay.
Yeah, it really was like a true journey, a full circle journey.
I was going to say, so you weren't just learning it out of a book or by practicing it. You actually went to the cultures where this type of music is a practice.
Yes.
So that must have been an interesting experience. How did that influence you as a musician?
Oh my gosh, in so many ways, ways that I probably am still learning about, but it was really special to be able to see where the music, not just learn from it, learn about it out of a book, but actually be in the culture and meet the people and taste the food, and so it really brings it to life in a more vivid way, and so it was incredible. I mean, it really changed my trajectory, I think, because before that, we were talking a little bit before, I really was more immersed in the classical realm, and I wrote some songs, but it was mostly, I was starting to kind of dabble in other genres, but it was primarily classical up until that point.
And do you sing at all, or is everything instrumental?
I do sing a little bit.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I fell in love with just the bossa nova samba songs, and so I learned some of those.
Do you speak Portuguese?
I don't speak it by any measure. I wish I did, but I can sing a few songs in Portuguese.
Because coming up after the break, we're going to watch your video, Give Me Water, because most of it is essentially music-based. It's instrumental. With whom you collaborated, we've actually had on this program as well. The singing actually comes from the Plantation Singers, who are just an institution here in Charleston. But tell us about some of the other musicians that you collaborated with that are right here in our own backyard.
Yeah, it's an amazing, I feel like features so many incredible talents that we have here, right here in Charleston. From the Plantation Singers, Gino Castillo is singing on this song, Give Me Water, and also percussion.
Yes.
We have Abdiel Iriarte, he plays some incredible piano. Oh gosh, we have Brett Bellinger on bass, we have Jonathan Lovett on bass and keys. Tim Kyatt might also be on there a little bit. He was live with us. It's hard to remember.
And you've done TEDx.
We did TEDx together.
Right.
So it's just a really, Ron Wiltrout's on drums too, on some of the one of the instrumentals on the album. So it's really a great collection of musicians that came together to make it happen.
So I got to ask
you,
what are you working on now? Are you going to do another album, do you think? Or are you just performing?
I think, I do have a show lined up in, it's going to be in North Carolina, but in early March. And I do have an idea for an album, but it's still so like at the very beginning. So it's.
Are you still going down that vein, or are you going to try something different?
I think it's gonna be a little different.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think it's gonna be maybe more guitar trio kind of vibe. Probably mostly instrumental. But we'll see. I don't know. You never know what's going to happen. That's the exciting part.
I just love it. Well, where can people get your music? Where can they find your music?
So my website's a good place, gracemcnallymusic.com.
Okay.
And then I'm also on Spotify and all the streaming platforms.
Wonderful.
Grace
Well,
McNally.
you're in for a treat, everyone, because after the break, we're going to play for you Give Me Water. This is off the Full Circle album. Make sure you go out and get it. Beautiful, beautiful music. I mean, it's a total low country meditation for me. It's wonderful. Thank you so much, Grace, for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We're back after this.